All right, what's up everybody? Look, I wanted to make this quick video for you all because there's literally one chart that you need to be watching until Monday that's going to tell you everything you need to know about the state of the crypto market. So I'm going to show you exactly what that chart is, what you need to be paying attention to, and why it's so important. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so focusing on today is the Bitcoin chart. Now, I know my computer screen's a little dirty, leave me alone. But what we're going to be focusing on today is the Bitcoin chart, okay? And as we can see here, this Bitcoin chart has been consistently creating this ascending channel for, we're looking at about 28 to 30 days. So basically one full month or so, roughly. Now, the reason why this ascending channel is so important is because this is going to be the determining factor of where the market goes, in my opinion, right? What you have to understand is that although we are starting to see a shift from Bitcoin to altcoins, right? If we look at Bitcoin dominance, for example, we can see it breaking down. So we are seeing a shift from Bitcoin to altcoins. That shift hasn't been completed yet. And Bitcoin is still very much so in control of the market. I mean, just look at it. When Bitcoin's up, the market's either okay or a little bit up. But if Bitcoin's down, the market automatically falls with it. And that just goes to show that Bitcoin is still in control of the market, and you need to be paying very close attention to it. And so what that means for this ascending channel is that, look, whatever direction out of this thing that we break out is probably where the market's going to go for what could be a couple weeks. And the reality is, the sad reality, the harsh truth, whatever you want to call it, is that oftentimes these sorts of ascending channels will break down. Like they will just come down. Especially whenever you notice something like this. Do you see how we have the RSI putting in this high, then a lower high, then a lower high, but the price at the same time put in this high, and this high, higher highs? That's called bearish divergence. And oftentimes what bearish divergence implies is that although we are going upwards, we're losing momentum and very likely going to pull downwards. And so knowing that ascending channels will almost always break to the downside over 90% of the time, knowing that we're getting bearish divergence that makes that an even higher likelihood, I would go to say that there's a pretty decent chance that Bitcoin does get a breakdown back towards anywhere from $105,000 to $101,000. Now, obviously, crazier things have happened, and Bitcoin might not. It might just absolutely send it out of this ascending channel and just go straight upwards. That is a possibility. It's just not the most likely possibility. It is not the probability here. The probability is that Bitcoin does try to come back down towards this red zone. But again, it's not guaranteed. We have this previous point of resistance. This red box is serving as support if we do actually go out, and I think I have my let's see if I can get this golden zone pulled up real quick. Yeah, we have the golden zone. The golden zone is not too far away from us. If we go to the daily charts, you can look at your Bollinger Bands. We have that 20-day simple moving average below us. So I'm not saying it has to break down, but I'm saying it's very probable that it does break down anywhere from, say, $101,000 to $104,000. Now, the other possibility is that throughout the weekend, we continue into the channel. And that is something that I forgot to mention. It doesn't even have to break out of this channel this weekend. We could just see it continue up to the channel. You could see it bounce off this support and push back up to the upside. But just remember, the higher that we go in this channel without breaking out of it, the more likely it becomes that we break down, okay? And so all I want you to be watching, now that you understand all the possibilities here, is what happens with this chart. Because whatever happens with this chart is going to determine where this market goes. So watch it like a hawk. If we see Bitcoin start breaking down, just that the rest of the market's probably going to follow it. And what am I going to do? I'm going to be building into that. I'm going to be dollar cost averaging some of the profit that I've been taking back into Bitcoin and back into my altcoins, because I do believe that shift in the altcoin market is coming, and I think alts are going to have their moment, maybe not soon, but at some point relatively soon. And so because of that, I'm not scared of it. I'm not worried about it. Look, I'm well aware Bitcoin has a high likelihood of breaking back towards $105,000 to $101,000. But even if that does happen, I'll have my cash ready. We took profits. We nailed that little regional top there with profit taking. So we're just gonna have to play it by ear. Okay, so look, I do have to go, but just watch that chart very closely. Remember, watch this Bitcoin chart, put it on your 4-hour charts, draw on the ascending channel, and watch this like a hawk. Because whatever happens here this weekend is going to determine what direction this market goes in. Best case scenario, we just trickle down into this thing for a couple more days. We get into next week, liquidity from the market hits, and we get a full breakout in either direction. That's the best case scenario. That's the only chart you need to be watching this weekend. So keep an eye on it, and I'll keep you updated soon. See you, everybody.